nobody knows nothing.
Velcro to a hellhole, the frail soul of a shell toe. Searching for life's equalizer of a Denzel road. Athletic, anesthetic bullets, no well throw. Black Pharaoh, Jack Sparrow, dead man's tail show. Firearm on me, you can tell by the elbow. Can't call it for you, I ball it, even the scales broke. Hard as jail soap, my days gotten behave rotten. I'm gauge cocking, prehistoric hustle, this cave rocking. For wage options, cause slave options beat them 9 to 5s. Guess in my casket, boss a sign aside. I'm behind the guise of the unaffected. Amongst the wretched, ain't no sun detected. Crash at the slums, you become the wreckage. Come corrected or refund your message with your tongue connected. Cross protected, hands on loafing, man, I got thumbs collected. One objective.
Yo, Krown360.
Let's go. We in the 90s now. We finally in the 90s.
Yeah. So what y'all heard was gotta be more from yours truly, Joe Ma from the God Flow Joe mixtape. Nigga, holla at me.
All right. Go download that, man. Yeah, go download that.
Please, you know what I'm saying? How y'all doing today, fellas? Y'all doing all right?
Wonderful, man. It's Cool Hunter here, man.
Cool Hunter.
AP
Fresh.
Oh,
the
man.
legend.
CT, what up, y'all?
We got a
C-Tizzle.
well, I would say a special guest that y'all don't know, but I mean, you know,
Dog.
it's CT from Divergent Thought, aka the Pastor, Pastor CT.
Now the best-selling author.
Two times over.
Two times
over. So we got to definitely talk to my guy about being a best-selling author, his newest book, and that's what we got this first half of this show is a focus on the pastor, man.
Right.
I don't know if I can't rock with the name the pastor. That's what they gave me the last show.
Yeah. Hey, before we get into that though, what I must say is shout out to me.
Shout out to Joe,
Shout out to me.
I don't even know why I'm shouting you out. Just shout out to you. I agree with you.
Nah, because you know what I'm saying? So many times, though, I get a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you got to put it out there when you the shit. You know what I'm saying? Right. So let me tell y'all what I did today. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, testify.
It's Queen's birthday. It's my Queen birthday today, right? Shout out to you, Queen. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of shit going on today, you know what I'm saying? Go at work, you know what I'm saying? Then we had the first Lamar's class today, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the seed. But your boy still found a way to make the birthday special, nigga. Like on some romantic shit, my nigga. I'm out here shining, nigga. You know what I'm saying? When you do good.
Did you shock yourself?
Oh, nigga, I shocked myself, nigga.
It sounds like it's a little bit of.
It did, nigga. Something happening to me, my nigga. I don't know what's going on, nigga. Like. So you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I know she was kind of, you know, she wanted to eat something nice, you know what I'm saying? The baby wanted some good shit, so what I did, I ordered her nice her food I know that she liked, you know what I'm saying? Had that joint at the table all propped up and ready, had a little flower, roses and a little light on the table and shit. Mm-hmm. Had that joint, had the ambiance right, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She came in that joint, nigga, almost cried, nigga. That's why I was like, oh, I'm the shit. I'm the shit, nigga.
He gave himself a high five.
Yeah. I was like,
this is his way of doing that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say shout out to niggas like me that just be doing that good shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, shout out to you, man. Yeah. Happy birthday to the wife.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to her. Yeah. Shout out to the baby.
How Joe like this nigga like? Yeah, we got the president of the United States here. Yeah, shout out to me, nigga. How many books you sold? New York ass, shout out to me, man.
Right, nigga.
Anyway, you know, I woke up today.
You know about my life, nigga? Yeah. Hey, AP, go ahead, cuz. But anywho, right.
As we were saying.
Yeah. See, the special guest, CTR brother, please, man, let us know. First of all, we all proud of you. We all happy for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So let us know, man, how does it feel right now for you, man? It's got to be surreal.
Yeah, man. You know, I gave a talk on Monday night, and one of the questions that they asked, like before the pre-talk, was like, what's on your bucket list, right? And one of them is for me to live to be 104, so I can see my kids, the grandkids, all that, right? So
104.
104. The other one is to hit the Egyptian pyramids, and then the one before that, the third one, like I have a bunch of them, like 10 of them, but 3 of those, and one was to become a #1 best-selling author on Amazon. So I check that box, man. So on last week when I saw it, man, like I'm a pretty steady dude, right? It's not a lot that shakes me. It doesn't matter what's going on. My hands usually don't shake.
Okay.
Man, so one of the homies sent me a note like, yo, can you send me a little blurb about what the joint's about? So I was like, I don't feel like going back downstairs, right? So let me just pull it up on the phone. Go on my phone, man, and I see the joint says #1 new release and bestseller all on the same day. That's the most useless I've been in probably a decade. Man, my hands were shaking. I'm trying to send messages and I'm messing the shit up. I can't type right. Tears in my eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And then so when I start saying like, oh my God, like my wife, my mother-in-law, my daughter, like, yo, like what's wrong? And I'm like, it's number one, it's number one, it's number one. And man, it's kind of, I can't even explain it, man. It was like winning a championship for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a hell of a lot more work to do, real talk. But it was just to see that something that you put in so much work. And my aunt passed away before she could read it. So I dedicated it to her. She passed away 3 minutes after my mama's birthday. December 15, 12:03 a.m., 2018, my mother was sitting right next to her bed. When my Aunt Vaughn passed away, like her spirit, when it left the room, it slammed the door. My mom and my dad was sitting in the same room. And it's crazy, right? We can talk about this too. Like, my aunt had stage 4 pancreatic cancer, passed away. My mother is going through chemo treatments twice a week right now. My dad has Alzheimer's. But yet you carry on, right? So I rushed to the finish line, man, so my Aunt Vaughn could read it, but she didn't. But now, like, when it came out, man, because she inadvertently gave me the title, and I felt like she was saying, well done. You know what I'm saying? So I dedicated the whole thing to her. But yeah, man, it's a surreal feeling, man. And people like, yo, like, how did that work? I'm like, God said so. That is literally the simplest answer I can give because I don't know what else it could be. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, we did our work before time as it relates to promoting it on social media and all that type of stuff. But then when it hit the streets, and the fact, bro, that it's been on like number one for a week and a half, Amazon time, that's a long time because the bestseller rankings change every hour. So for it to have been, because on Sunday, it was number 1 paperback, number 1 Kindle, number 5 hardcover. And it was like top 5 on the publisher's bestseller list. So all of that's going on at the same time. It's a pretty cool journey, man. So shout out to everybody who bought it. Shout out to people who gone by it. You know, shout out to y'all for even having me here. You know, Hunter, AP, Joe, I appreciate it.
So for people who don't know about the book, like, can you give us like a quick synopsis of what the book is about? And also, I want to know what inspired you, like what kind of creative place you got to go to write a book. Because as an artist, you know, we got a lot of artists in this room. Right, it's hard for me sometimes to even write a verse, let alone you write a whole book. So like, where do you have to tap into to find the creativity to write a whole book?
That's a great question, dog.
Yeah. So when I was a little boy, man, my grandmother told me to don't die with the story inside of you. Right. So, and that has always stuck with me. So when
hold up, man, say that shit again, dog.
That was powerful.
Don't just say no powerful shit like that one time, dog. Rewind that shit. Say that shit again for the niggas out here listening, man.
Yeah. So my grandmama told me. So my grandma passed away when I was 14. Right. So when I was probably around 11 to 12 years old, like, she saw some creative instinct, right? And she told me, she was like, don't die with the story inside of you. And I was like, whoa. Right. So, because you hear people like, yo, I'm going to do this next year. I'm going to do this. Like, that's a hell of an assumption to make, bro, to be like, you're going to do something 3 years from now. Because the fact of the matter is, you don't know if you're going to be here 3 years from now.
Facts,
So you get the inspiration, any of us who are all creatives, right? Like, we just deliver it differently, right? We're all creatives in the sense of when it hits, go catch it, right? So you asked the question about so I'll answer the second question first about the where do you have to go. So my wife is great, man, as it relates to just allowing me to be the space, because when I get into these modes, I go from being able to see a big picture like this to I see nothing but this. And I'll say, hey, I need 45 to 60 days, because I work in 60 to 90 day slots. Like, I try to write stuff in 45 days because after that I feel like it's too long. So I'll be like, give me 45 days. So I'll come home and then I'll start my work after the kids go to bed, probably around 8:30. I'll write from 8:30 to 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, something like that. And I do that for 30 days in a row. By that time, I've written 40, 50,000 words. And that's plenty. That's 150 pages, 160 pages. But the thought process is, allow me to be free. And the inspiration comes from listening to you, or anybody as it relates to how do you offer something of value to somebody who you don't know, right? And I think I listen to, you know, people like Dr. Maya Angelou, like the Malcolm X's of the world, like those type of people who really inspire to say, if you gonna write something or if you gonna say something, make it of value, right? And then Best Kept Secrets in and of itself, man, I wrote that story, so not to take too long, quick and dirty. You know, recruited by several schools out of high school, but I wanted to go to Notre Dame to play ball, but I wasn't on athletic scholarship, went there on academic scholarship. My AAU coach, Ray, rest in heaven, he told them I was 6'2", almost 200 pounds, right? man, I'm nowhere near 6'2" now. And I'm barely 200 pounds. Ray sent all these emails and all this type of stuff. So I go to school, and I'm like, yo, I'm Charles. I'm from Flint. And they're like, Charles, like, why do we know that name? And like, man, boy, you're not 6'2". I wasn't even 6 feet at the time. I grew in school. So I walked on my...
Niggas, you 6 feet now?
See, you hating.
I'm about to say, you kind of got me on that one, but carry on.
See, that's what you're doing.
I ain't hating, I'm just stating, niggas are obvious.
72 and a half inches.
Right.
6 feet and a half, don't ever play.
Right, yeah.
You see what they did right there, AP?
Right.
I play like I'm 6'3", so I don't care what
I
the
play
height.
like I'm 6'10", so hey.
I'm Anunnaki blood, but go ahead.
So I wanted to tell the story. So I walked on my freshman year, then got a scholarship sophomore year. And my first scholarship sophomore year, athletic. But that walk-on crowd, man, it's a forgotten tribe of people, man. We put in significant effort. You go to practice every day. You get up, you study, you practice, you study hard, you go to class, you eat, you get up, you do the same thing over and over and over and over again. But I think oftentimes people who don't play sports don't give enough credence to that my walk-on brothers and sisters. Because you think about it, we have to be the best that we can be so that you can be the best that you can be. If I don't put in enough effort to understand the plays of the other team, and somebody tells me I need to pretend that I'm X point guard, if I can't mimic that person's mannerisms, you might not be ready for him by the time the game time comes, right? So it got to the point where I'm like, and you hear these stories over and over and over again where people are like, yeah, I played, but you can tell when they walk on because they kind of shy away from it. And I'll tell you, like, the real impetus, man, when I was in grad school, I was at this event, and this lady, she was telling this story, older white lady. And I told her, I was like, yeah, I played, but, I mean, I was on the team, but I didn't play, but I had front row seats. And I said it jokingly. She got pissed off. She's like, you know how many people would trade places with you in a heartbeat? You went to one of the top schools in the country. You made the team in one of the top schools in the country. You're talking about a 0.005% chance of making that team and playing for 3 different coaches in 4 years. So she was like, don't ever downplay your journey. So when she said that, and then you remember my grandmother said, don't let the story die inside of you. She told me, don't downplay your journey. And my aunt who passed away, she was like, I'm tired of you being a secret. Tell your story. Her exact words, be a leader worthy of following. Be a leader worthy of following. Stop being a secret. So you take all of that type of stuff, and hence the title, Best Kept Secrets from Invisible Walk-Ons to Life Champions. So the story is, it's not just for walk-ons. It's not just for athletes. It's for anybody who has a personal development mindset. Kobe Bryant calls it the Mamba mentality. I call it the walk-on way, right? It's a mindset. It's a way of being. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of believing. It's a way of moving. So when we say you want to rhyme, you want to rhyme, you want to write, we want to do whatever, if we're going to do it, we're going to be the best of the best of the best. Not just the top 10%. We're going to be the best of the 10%, the 5%, the 3%, the 1%. So there's separation. We're going to be such craftsmen at what we do. You know, even my shirt says craftsman on it, right? You know, from a company perspective, we want to be so good at what we do so that I want to be good at what I do so that y'all can be good at what you do. Because if I'm in here BSing around, like, y'all gonna be like, why is he even here? So the story is for people who want to climb whatever mountain they want to climb. And so far, man, God is allowing it to do all right, man. And I hope the journey continues to be like that. So it's a pretty cool thing so far.
That's dope, man. Super dope.
I ain't got a chance to check it out yet, but I definitely am, you know, just coming from a sports background, you know what I mean? And I kind of can relate to your story because, you know, I went to school on the athletic scholarship, but I didn't go to a big school. So a lot of times it was me trying to prove to people that just because I went to University District of Columbia. Okay. So that's not Notre Dame, you know what I mean? But me trying to prove to people that, look, this still means something. I play college basketball. I start. I'm a freshman. I'm around grown men. I lead grown men every night.
You 18, like, they 22.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Exactly. Right. I played with a guy who was 29 years old. Started. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm telling a 30-year-old grown man what to do, and he's doing it at the sound of my voice. You know what I mean? That means something. So it's like just hearing you talk about like that underdog story, it's kind of like a chip you have on your shoulder. Like you have to be better than everybody else because you're trying to prove yourself night in, night out. So
AP,
it's like,
bro, like when I went to school, divine intervention played a role, right? When I went there, it was no reason I should have made the team. I was sub 6 feet at the time, and I'm 6 feet now. Stop.
I'm just saying.
I was smaller, I was weaker, I was not as fast, I was not as anything as everybody else on that team. The only distinguishing quality that I had is an unbelievable work ethic and heart. Like, you weren't going to outwork me, right? I was going to put in that much effort. So, and it all translates to life, right? So you as a point guard in school, the same thing that we did in school, orchestrating, is the same stuff we do in life right now. So we go to work, we're the point guard. Like I go to work, you lead teams like, oh, boom, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. You take Divergent Thought or Krown360, it's easier for me to be the point guard and take a step back and say, I'll pass the ball. Now you score, right? But if you don't understand that team perspective, man, and you don't track it, so having that chip on your shoulder, man, because I was always mad at the world, man. Like me and my dad didn't have the best relationship for a long time, and so my first book allowed me to let go of that. Right, the second book told different stories. The third book is about leadership. The fourth book is about sports. And but this one, man, I agree with you so much about what it's like to be a point guard and to go through that life journey, man. It's unbelievable. So like I said, it's still rocking bestseller, new release on Amazon. The paperback is like $13.95, but the ebook is $2.99, and it's about to go on a promotion for 99 cents here soon. So cop that, buy 1,000 copies.
There you go. There you go.
Do you plan on doing the audio version to it?
You know, so I've been talking to them about that. I think it would offer a lot of value. I really do. I think because a lot of people have been like, yo, yeah, bro, you should talk that story out. You know what I mean? Like, I just have to figure out what that looks like. And the beautiful part about it is if I did do it, I would narrate it. I could do it right here. You know what I'm saying? So
And that would be the number one option, right? Versus having someone else do it?
for me, yeah. Like, I don't want anyone else to do it. If I'm going to do an audiobook, I want to do it myself.
And it come quite natural to you because you're on the radio. So that'll definitely be something should be a slam dunk.
I think so.
Because like for me, I don't really read like that. And I don't really process what I'm looking at. And, you know, I hear stuff, you know what I mean? And I get it like that. So I like audiobooks. But, you know, that's why I was curious about it.
No, that's fair. Yeah, but it's but yeah, I'm gonna ask him though because I'm curious to see what that process like because I haven't, like, I feel like that usually happens for like bigger name people or like famous people and I'm not there, so I just need to figure out like what that looks like.
Oh, you there?
Yeah.
Number one on Amazon, motherfucker. You're there. Yeah, you're very much there.
I'm gonna read that joint, even though I can't really relate too much because every team I walked on, I was the shit. You know what I'm saying?
One birthday day.
I'm just saying, but I mean, that work ethic is something that I didn't have growing up. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things came easy to me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I had to learn. I had to learn actually which work ethic was. Because a lot of times I didn't know I was working. You know what I'm saying? Because some things I just enjoy doing, and then I didn't know that was actually me putting work into something. You know what I'm saying? Then when shit got harder, I didn't know that what I was doing. I just got to kick that into another gear. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, what do I do now? Then I would just fizzle. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the key is understanding that it's a mindset.
Yeah, facts.
And how it's transferable and, you know, can be applied to other things outside of sports. Which people, you know, like me being a lover of sports, you know what I'm saying? I might not have played at the college level like you gentlemen have. You know what I'm saying?
Your ass.
You know, let's go on, man. Let's go on. It's cool. We're going to see what
don't ever forget that.
See what the UDC skills is about. But more importantly, I think people overlook how simple of a translation sports can be to like life success. You know what I'm saying? It's always a game. You know what I'm saying? It's never that serious. But I'm like, if you played to a certain level, if you accomplished to a certain extent, you really realize how like, damn, I can apply the stuff I've learned from like teamwork, camaraderie, sacrifice,
taking constructive criticism,
right?
Dealing with failures, nothing like feeling like I'm supposed to make this team and you get cut, or you think you better than the nigga that's starting in front of you and you got to sit there and watch somebody you know what I mean?
For multiple
makes
years.
you work exactly.
Right. Like ain't nothing like catching the rebound and then you putting the ball back up and the joint don't even go in. That was the last shot you had till the game went on.
Dealing with failure.
That's right.
That shit hurt.
Or making it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's sometimes even worse.
The pressure.
To make the shot because now you get a false sense of security. So now you don't want to practice as much. And the failure teaches you even more, right? When you mess up more, when you don't get in the game and you putting in all this effort and stuff doesn't work right. Coach Brady told us our junior year, and it's a lot of these little snippets in life I remember. He said if you can shoot, you can play anywhere in the country. Now, he gave that as a basketball analogy. If you can shoot, you can play anywhere in the country. I took that as, you know, my senior year and beyond. If I can create and I can produce, I'll always have a job, right? If you can write, you can build things. Like this is why developers and creatives and all this type of stuff, they always work. And I'll always say this, and it's not to knock anybody else's level of genius, but it's certain things in nature that are just there, right? You know, with the gravity was there. Somebody just discovered it, right? But without George Lucas, you don't have Star Wars. Without Shonda Rhimes, you don't have How to Get Away with Murder and Grey's Anatomy. Without the dude without Aaron Sorkin, you don't have The Newsroom. Without the two of you rhyming and making it up, you don't have that. Without 50 Cent, you and the writers, you don't have Power or the people who created Game of Thrones. So that creative mindset that says if you can shoot, you can play anywhere in the country simply means if you can create and you can produce, you can go anywhere and be anything you want to be in life. And that's learned in the laboratory playing sports, and you translate that to the factory. Easy money. You just have to be able to bring the two together and figure out where you're moving and how you're doing it.
You know, one thing is beautiful about sports, though, bro, and I agree with everything you said, too, bro. That was beautiful. But one thing I like about sports is the brothers you play on the team with, you still got like a little bit of camaraderie with throughout life. You know what I'm saying? Even if y'all ain't tight, when you see that man, you be like, "Hey, what's good, cuz?" You know what I'm saying?
Like a brother.
All because y'all play on the same team, because y'all been through some struggle together, some sort of triumph, some sort of failure together. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing. I mean, because there's guys that I played with back in Fort Wash Little League up to AAU ball. You know what I'm saying? And when I see them up in the MGM or something like that, I'm like, yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying?
It's like a fraternity, man.
It is, though, bro.
It's like you spend so much time, you do become family. Coaches become father figures. Team moms become second, third mothers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a beautiful thing, you know,
It
to be
is,
a
though,
part
bro.
of. You get the opportunity to be a part of. Like you said, I just seen one of my high school teammates in the grocery store the other day, and you couldn't tell me that wasn't my brother. I hadn't seen him in 10 years, 12 years. Like, bro, what's up? What's good? That's your wife? She sis. You know what I mean? I'm telling this son, like, man, I'm his point guard. Like, he looking at me like, what?
Yeah.
I'm your dad's point guard forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I get it, man. Sports, I got to read the book just off that alone.
No, facts, dog. So you say you play PG?
Yeah,
first?
I play point guard.
But
Yeah.
hey, what position you play when you
One and two.
One and
Point
two?
guard, shooting guard. Yeah.
That's some small
Yeah,
ass
I'm a
niggas.
shooting guard.
What
and a
position
point
you
guard.
Combo guard, baby.
Combo guard.
First of all, whoa, time.
1 and 2. He
Come on, nah, dog, nah, hey, Hunter. See, you be saying shit that be exposing yourself on the low.
A combo guard is not a term.
Bruh, combo guard is not a term a nigga use that actually plays those positions
Cut
though.
it out,
like
man.
a nigga will say, I play 1 and 2. Like how you
That's
just
the
said.
same thing.
Combo guard. No, nigga, that means you was on the bench. Nigga, you did not play. You wasn't even on the team then. Combo guard?
Y'all niggas be going for shock value.
You Googled that shit. You was Googling that shit. He was like, hold on.
He knew I was gonna ask.
Yeah, he's like, no, this nigga gonna ask me. Combo guard. That nigga like, combo guard. Nigga, that never. Hey, yo, CT, have you even used that term in your book? This nigga just wrote a book.
Combo guard?
This nigga just, hold on, time out. This nigga just wrote a book. CT.
That's
CT,
a
hold on.
one of those sports in the bed.
Hold on, AP. Hey, CT, hold on.
He wore Nike headbands. He came prepared, man. He knew that the conversation was going to turn to him. That motherfucker, I ain't seen that motherfucker with a sweat headband on. We on the 90th episode.
He's showing off for CT.
That motherfucker usually wearing golf clothes. He said, yeah, we talk about the book today. He went to Walmart and found
He said, look, when AP, when that nigga put that headband on, he went like this.
Yeah. In the middle of Walmart, working on his phone, just getting the accent.
He said balance.
Yeah.
What's the difference between saying 1 and 2 and saying combo
Okay,
guard?
let's ask CT.
There's no
Did you use that
difference, bro.
terminology in your book, brother?
I didn't use it in the book.
That has nothing to do with it.
He can use though. He can use it.
Yeah. Okay, all right, man.
AP.
Hey man, that's
funny right
funny
there,
as
bro.
shit. I didn't even notice. I'm sitting there looking at this nigga like he's extra athletic today. Dap me up real strong. I didn't know the book was about sports, but it all fucking makes sense now.
How to do that
You
type
was
shit?
not gonna lose this conversation. I'm gonna wear a Nike headband, scare them niggas.
Hey yo, you know what's crazy?
outta
Hey yo, hey CT, you know what's wild? Your boy played center growing
See what
up,
I'm saying?
dunking on niggas.
And I don't make sense saying combo guard.
Yeah. I played center, my nigga, growing up. I was in the post, nigga.
So you
believe
6'7".
it.
He's 6'1". You 6'7".
You ask about me. I'm in the post, nigga. I'm out
I
there.
can believe that shit.
Hey yo, touching
Nah,
rim and
look.
all that shit. Getting nasty out there.
6 feet and a half.
What high school you go to, brother?
In Flint. I'm from Flint.
Okay.
Yeah, Powers High School in Flint.
Man, we drove to Detroit. Man, got the shit beat out of us. That was the worst drive of my fucking life.
Man.
You imagine driving back on a bus 13, 14 hours and you lost by 30?
Oh no.
Oh, nigga, that was terrible.
How many niggas was crying on that bus
We
ride?
wasn't crying. We was hurting. That was the worst, bro. That was the worst trip of my life.
AAU, when people used to come in, like we used to go down like to Gary, Indiana, or something like that. We used to drag cats from out of state. Yeah, like, I mean, depending on where you're from, man, like it used to be funny. Like you get these people who think you're gonna be scared. Like, come on, bro. Like, ain't nobody scared of you. What you gonna do if we make the shot? Then what?
Yeah.
You
know
really
what I mean?
get to see what competition is at with like AAU when you playing out of town, people from different cities. You know what I'm saying? You really get to gauge.
Have you looked at the
talent.
Vegas Elite?
I have not.
Bro, go Instagram, YouTube, Google.
Is
Vegas
that the?
Elite.
You know, I think I just seen that. That's what. It's actually it was around the same time when the NBA Summer League was.
Yeah, like they're playing currently.
Is it a league or is it a team like an organization?
It's a team. It's called Vegas Elite. Like,
I recognize seeing that on the jersey.
Yeah, man, these young boys, man. Like I was out there a few years ago. They got bigger.
It's
when
more
they
than
came
one
off the bench. Like the point guard was like 6'5". The bench, the 6 man, when he came off, he was like 6'7", playing the one.
Oh, yeah, the game is definitely evolved. Because I be seeing some of these youngsters. I'm like, ain't no way in hell. I would have let him bounce the ball off my head, man. Catch it and dunk it.
And the skill set is
Let me
changing
ask you
too.
this: do you think that now? Do you think if you were going to play ball now in college, you think you'd play? You think you're good enough?
You know, because I'm older and you looking down at kids,
Yeah,
I'm looking at it from a different mind frame.
that's fair.
But back in that time, I definitely could recognize the players. I was like, I can't do nothing with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I tried to make it up, like you said, overworking
hard,
motherfuckers. But I mean, when you look at like, I wouldn't even say college. You look at somebody like Steph Curry. That nigga's scary. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like
Hey.
scary.
He was doing everything, though.
Like back then, it wasn't nobody doing it like that. You might have had a dude who could shoot,
Yeah, but he was,
but off
Not
the
with
dribble.
the pat. Not with the pat.
Or like a James Harden, 6'5", 6'6", coming at you with the, you know what I mean? That's
strong.
scary. You feel me? So I don't know. I think
I'm
you
with
know.
you, man.
I would have definitely been out there because I had a strong love for basketball. That's like the girl that broke my heart and shit. But yeah, it's scarier now
It's a different
than it
ball
was.
game.
It's a different ball game. These players are like KD. It wasn't no KDs running around back then.
6'11" shooting.
No,
guard.
no, that can handle the ball, take it coast to coast and bang on you. Like it was, you know what I mean? It was just LeBron. You know what I mean?
Fact.
On my time, because I graduated 2002. He graduated around the same year, so it's like it was just LeBron. That was like LeBron, this nigga, that nigga, that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
I want people to know who listening to the show, man. Like you don't have to be a sports enthusiast or a former athlete to enjoy the mindset associated with the walk-on way, right? I also talk about my Spartan races, running, doing the trifecta tribe. That's running a sprint, a super, and a beast, 3 to 5 miles, 8 to 10 miles, 12 to 14 miles. The Spartan way and the walk-on way mirror each other as it relates to mindset, the focus, the resilience, the desire to accomplish a goal despite the obstacles in front of you. So it's a clarion call for athletes and non-athletes. I happen to focus it on my walk-on brothers and sisters, but it could resonate with anybody who wants to climb their chosen mountain, whatever that mountain may be, right? Because it's the effort that you put in. It doesn't have to be hard work, because I don't think we do hard work. I just think we put in effort. It has to be significant effort to get to where you want to be. Like my mom and daddy did hard work. We don't work hard, right? There is as you climb whatever mountain you're going to climb, it's a matter of, am I willing to fail? Am I willing to keep going? Like if I try and I mess up, am I willing to try, go, right? And that's the story I'm telling kids, man, that age range of 16, 17, about 27. Bro, if you mess up, failure and success are bruises. They're not tattoos. Success isn't permanent. Failure isn't permanent. As long as you go by that thing, you can figure out the life game that you want to play. But a lot of people soft, man. They give up. They're weak-hearted.
Are you bullying right now?
No, I'm not bullying.
So it
No.
depends who
He's
you
just
ask.
telling the truth.
I'm just trolling.
He dropped another jewel right there,
Yeah,
man.
he
He said-
did. I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm sitting here listening to you, and that's what I feel about the word. You got a lot of people.
So,
Everybody are creators.
hold up. No. That's not true.
That is
not
true.
That is not true.
You cannot believe
that is not
that
true.
God gave you creativity and He didn't give no one
No,
else.
I'm saying a lot of
creativity.
people ain't tapped into it, bro. I'm not.
I didn't say they weren't, whether they were tapped into it or not. They are. Right. They may. It could be a lot of. They're capable
Okay,
of it.
yeah, I get that.
There are
I
a
get
lot of
that.
reasons why they don't tap into it. Some
Okay.
is fear. Some just
Fear of what though?
Fear of failure
and fear of success.
Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of
unknown.
What people
Right,
gonna
there you
think
go.
about them and things
it's
of that
never
nature.
It's some people that's never been in an environment where that's been exercised or it's ever been presented to them as an option. You know what I mean? Like it's some people that really just have been taught to follow a tradition or a trend or a way of life, and they never exercise another way of thinking, man.
Right.
But you know why though? Because the way we're taught up, what's 2 + 2? 4. 100%. Every person in this room answered that question right now. We only know it's 4 because somebody told us it's 4, right? That when they created math 1,000 years ago, it could have been 5. We are programmed to give answers. So when you think about people, athletes, we are programmed to compete. So you have competition on one side, you have creativity on the other side. Competition says, I'm gonna lock in on this thing and get it done. Creativity says, let me open my aperture and take everything inside so I can create something new. The goal is, as a thoughtful person, as a person who wants to live in the best of both worlds, is to take competition, take creativity, and bring them together. That's not as easy as people think, man. When you talk about
Not at
that
all.
creativity part that everybody has, it's true. The problem is we're bred to be competitive, and because we're so competitive, you leave this part aside because you forget all that other shit, and then you want to just win. But because you're like this, you getting slapped in the head by the side of the face because you're only looking straight ahead. So the thing that I've learned over the last probably like 7-8 years ish is to align creativity and competition together, so I can see the whole big picture. Right, this is why I love these conversations, because this is the creative side, right? And then when we get into the real debates, that's where the competitive side comes in, but they're overlaid on each other. Like, I listen to y'all show just like y'all might listen to ours. I couldn't do that 5-7 years ago. This type of practice and this type of thing, man. So I agree with you, man. But people scared to win, they scared to lose, they soft. We're taught that.
Unfortunately, yeah.
It's another thing. It's another layer to that. The world is not set up for you to be creative.
100%.
If you go to work for 10, 12 hours a day, then you got Monday night football, Thursday night football, college football Saturday, the NFL games on Sunday, Power come on Sunday,
types of TV
Snowfall
shows.
come on, Love and Hip Hop. They don't want you to be creative. A lot of motherfuckers can't be creative because they watching Love and Hip Hop. This man said he come in and he lock in for 30 to 45 days. He put his kids down. He write every day. People don't have that kind of discipline. You understand what I'm saying? It takes discipline to come here every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Facts.
and be up for it. So a lot of people they lack that part of it, but you do get that from sports. Being disciplined, being on time, showing up for the game. So it's just, it's not that people aren't creative or not competitive. They just don't know how to tap into it. You said in the group chat the other day, we almost got both eyes open. Almost.
Yeah.
We getting there.
Yeah.
We don't even got it there yet. Some motherfuckers still asleep.
And like you said, AP, man, like, it's the difference between prose and poetry, man. Poetry is like we can move. Prose is just this very formulaic way of living. Most people go to work 8 to 5, 8 to 6. They come home, they do all of the stuff that you just mentioned, and then they wonder why they can't do what they want to do. So this is my message, like, bro, you can't be mad at nobody else because from 7 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning, you chilling. Nigga, if you want to make money and you can't get a job, go drive Uber. Figure it out. But like Coach said, if you can create, you can play anywhere in the country. But I agree with you, man. Most of the time, school makes us dumber because it's like, go work for somebody, go do this, as opposed to be free, create something. And there's merit in working at big companies and all of this, but you have to get to the point where you're living by design instead of default. All of the stuff that they teach us puts you in a box to just be a robot, right? Where the design thinking and the poetic element of us allows you to be creative and take the competition and put them joints together. And then you take the Spartan mindset, right? If it's a 14-mile race, you got to run through as many obstacles as necessary to get to ultimately where you want to be. And that's the life game. We learn that in the laboratory playing sports, 100%. That's why I like when people discount sports or they call athletes dumb jocks. Like, bro, that's not true.
But see, it's another thing with anybody that walks on any sport is they have a goal first. It's a focus first. They know what they want to do first. And then they put in all of that extra effort, that extra will, that desire, that spirit, because they have no choice. But that's the part that can be easily taken from sports and applied to other things, because the walk-on is the underdog.
I want to say,
and you see people doing it all the time.
And the scholarship players too. So my book is not a comparison. Let's be very clear.
Right.
It's not a
And that's
comparison between
not
walk-ons and
saying that
scholarships.
scholarship athletes don't have it easier, because they have a challenge too. But we know the walk-on struggle is something. It is what it is. There's no way around it.
I want to say one thing. I kind of disagree with this still. I'm still stuck on the everybody's a creative thing, right? And the reason why, because I think that's it's synonymous with another conversation if that people have when they say everybody can be a boss.
That's definitely cliche as a mother.
But what I'm saying is
Everybody can be a boss or everybody can be a leader. Different.
Well, okay, let's stick to the creative then. What I mean is, it's some people that are living a delusion too. It's some people that are copying what other people are doing and thinking that that's their way of being a creative.
Right.
You're not a creative. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you should be finding that person to be helping that guy's dream be bigger.
That's what you're right.
Yeah, but that's what I don't believe is. I believe that you got a lot of people that be faking like they're creatives, and I think you got a lot of people that have the capabilities, like you're saying. But I just don't believe that everybody is a creative.
I don't think everybody is a creative spirit. Everybody has a purpose, though.
Okay.
And I think people get robbed of that.
A lot of people die with their creativity for numerous reasons.
Or talents or whatever skills.
Well, I think that's what AP's saying.
Right, right.
He's saying,
I'm not saying that everybody is a exactly.
Right.
Everybody has a creative capacity, bro. Because it's like how can you say they don't?
Or you can maybe say the capacity for greatness or whatever. It could be whatever it is meant for that person in a sense. Whatever it may be, though. You know, so I know one of the things that is definitely transferable from the walk-on mindset is the work you got to put in to get where you want to be.
Oh, facts.
And I think that's what people miss and have taken away from
the
it.
right way. Let's call it the walk-on way.
Excuse me. Walk on way.
Yeah, plug your name in your book all the time.
Make sure you say
Let's
that.
keep secrets from invisible walk-ons to life champions.
Okay. The walk on way.
Amazon #1.
All right.
Don't forget that. Feel me, black man.
Professor
If you ain't gonna
CT.
do it for nothing else, support black business.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
we going
Yeah.
there. We
Yeah,
got a nice chicken sandwich sitting over here. Go get that chicken sandwich.
You can read the book while you're eating the chicken sandwich all the time.
Exactly.
And then put it on the gram and tag my man.
Right.
Show him that instead of you tagging Popeyes, tag my man something.
Right.
You eating a
Oh,
sandwich.
and here's
in the
the
book.
beautiful thing about that too. So since AP brought that up here, and I prayed about this, and every single dollar from my royalty proceeds is all going to charity. Every single
solid.
dollar. So it's not coming to me. So for people who think that it's coming to me and you making me rich, every dollar is going to charity.
Wow.
You said a key word that's been around. You just started some whole other shit.
What I say?
We gonna get into it. Just a little bit.
Okay.
I just want to know
Okay.
what charity, why, and
Why this nigga
doing
and what does charity mean to
Why
you?
is this nigga doing this shit?
So I can answer those questions very clearly.
Okay.
So the four or five main charities that I'm walking through right now. Number one is OAR. OAR deals with the incarcerated population, men and women who are locked up, who are getting ready to come home or are getting ready to go and do a bid for a long time. So we teach them life skills, impact of crime, violence intervention. We teach them employability skills. So I was the chairman of the board of that organization for a while, so that's near and dear to me. But I started off as a street soldier teaching in class, right? Really understanding that journey. I got cousins that's locked up for 23 and a half years. One currently locked up, so OAR. Number two is Shelter House. It deals with homelessness and domestic violence, right? So, and that organization is very near and dear to me because of personal experiences as well. The third one is Make-A-Wish Foundation because I was part of that, but it also may be the Cancer Foundation because my aunt had it, my mother has it, currently going through chemo twice a week, number 4/5, depending on how you count, Alzheimer's Association, right? Because my dad's going through it right now, and at some point he remembers us now, but at some point he won't. He has it currently, and his sister has it. So it's a tricky thing. So the charitable part for me, so those are the organization, and I also know that the dollars that go to those organizations go to the services. It's not going to bolster the salaries of the administrators and all that. It's legitimately going to, not every single dollar, but the vast majority is going to service offerings for people who will receive that thing, right? Then the why I'm giving it to the proceeds from the royalties is because I feel like that's my way of giving back and offering value, right? Like these organizations have given me a platform, allowed me to think differently, be differently, do differently. So if God allows me to make that type of money where I can give it to a charitable organization that impacts the masses in a very positive way, like why would I not, right? And that's my Aunt Bun was telling me, be a leader worthy of following. That's my way of being a leader worthy of following. That's my way of not letting the story die inside of me, because at some point, even if I live to be 104, that's a blip on the radar in comparison to the world, right? So I want to offer something to people that's like, and this isn't none of that fluffiness and all that. It's just what I think, bro. Like, that's just how I want to live my journey, and I want to create, and we talked about this before, I want my son and daughter to see, like, here's how you can move. You don't have to move like this, but you can move like that. So for me, any dollar that come in, it could be $10 in royalties, or it could be $100 million. I don't know, but all I know is I prayed about it, and the conviction, it hit me enough where now that I've spoken it publicly, and I will continue to do that, that's the story, man, and that's what it is. So, and it's not some organization that I don't have to which I don't have a connection. I have a very close connection to these organizations, and I see what they do for the people on a day-to-day basis. So,
Gotcha.
Great answer.
I ain't got shit to say. The fuck. I know that nigga he tried to load you up just now.
No, I did not.
Yeah, he did. He tried to load you up. He tried to load me up. Put it like that. He tried to load me up, but I ain't falling for the shit because I was like, no.
I got into charity a couple years ago following someone else. That's what they wanted to do, and I just tagged along with it. I had an experience, and it stuck with me. So I did it myself, and I want to do more. So you're like the first person I could really ask that question to, because when I answer you, I'm answering you from my personal perspective, but a lot of times we're talking about what other people may be doing with this stuff. So I got a man in the room that say he do charity. I want to know, and that was a great fucking answer. That honestly made me say, okay, that's different ways I could do different stuff. What is personal to me? It doesn't have to be a toy drive. It doesn't have to be a food drive. Maybe I got my father died from such and such. Maybe I can donate to this kind of research. You know what I'm saying? So I did want to bait you in a little bit.
Yeah, I know you did.
And I like the way you didn't fall for it. No. We started to learn each other so much because he's like, I ain't got shit to say. Because he knew. You know, I'm not saying nothing. That was an awesome answer. I really wanted to know. So
I think the good part and beautiful part about charity is that it's not limited to impact.
Check this out. Like, the one thing that this brother explained was that he has a detailed idea about the organization and how its money is being used. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go. Who can fault that? You know what I'm saying?
And it's personal to him.
And it's personal. He got a connection to it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just learned something.
But if I'm at the store and I'm getting a couple roll-ups and you say you want to donate my change to some motherfuckers I don't know, nigga, you better give me my motherfucking change, nigga.
That's a lot different than somebody just saying, I'm just gonna buy 1 million book bags. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
that's what I'm saying.
He really went into detail about what it meant to him, what it was for. So that's a lot different.
And then that jail joint you was talking about is directly touching somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's directly impacting somebody.
I don't want to get into personal, but I know you can't talk to your book. What is your connection with that?
Which one?
The incarceration, like dealing with the guys in prison and things.
Like I said, one of my cousins was locked up for 23 and a half years, and I want to write his story at some point. I have another little cousin that's in right now for, I think he's in for 7. My one cousin was locked up. He got out. The day he got out, he overdosed. Then I have another cousin who's locked up, and when his mother and his brother passed, he was unable to go to their funerals, right? So I'm really trying to play the game, man, of being who I needed when we was growing up. Right, so any of the charities, man, charitable organization in the Northern Virginia, D.C., Maryland area, if y'all want any connections, if I can help, I can help. Like, because it matters, man. Like, those organizations can change the world if they have more money and more resources. So that's my connection to the jails. And I tell the homies in jail all the time when I teach, man, like, I've never been locked up, so I can't really understand, like, where you are, but I've never been in the streets, but I understand them enough to kind of educate you to how to move from where you are to where you want to be type story. And like I said, in the domestic violence and the homelessness and the Alzheimer's and the cancer stuff, it's stuff, man, that I think it's, if I can, Dr. Maya Angelou says, when you learn, teach, when you get, give. At no point can I waver from that mandate, period. Right, so if I get to a point where I can help you, and vice versa, if y'all get to a point where you can help me, we are obligated to do that. She also said, I come as one, but I stand with 10,000. You do nothing alone. There's no self-made man, there's no self-made woman, so it's bullshit when people say it. Period.
I can't stand that saying, man. I can't stand it, bro. I can't stand it.
Because it's not true.
There's like, no way possible.
Like, so
you didn't make yourself.
100%.
Yeah,
so,
it is what it is.
So when I hear that type of stuff, man, like anytime they say that, it bothers me in the sense of, like, there were certain elements where you were by yourself, but it's still people moving around you to open this door, close this door, because sometimes a closed door is the best door, right? Because it tells you don't go through that one because there's a lion behind that door. Let me make you walk through this one. But yeah, so the charitable giving, man, is very near and dear to me. So the 5 pillars of both of my companies, in the center of it is community. Everything radiates from community because without that, nothing else matters to me, right? We need us to be in a position where people see you, so we can be in a situation where they be like, yo, what they show on TV isn't all the way always true. We play a different game. We think differently. We understand what we can do. We understand what we should do. We know what we won't do, right? So that's why I write a book like A Best Kept Secrets, because it says, from invisible walk-ons to life champion. The life champion part says, I'm going to break out of the shadows and offer as much value as I can for as long as I can. It's a pretty simple concept to me, so that's why I did it, you know? And like I said, it was my grandmother told me, don't let the story die inside of me. And I don't plan on dying anytime soon, but that's not my call, so I'm going to do what I can as quickly as I can for as long as I can.
Yeah, nigga, so don't be talking about that shit on the show. We don't talk about that. Go ahead with that.
Yeah, but nah, I'm with you on that, man, because that's the thing that drives me today. You know, for a lot of years, I didn't want to. I think I had the fear, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I don't know if I put this out there, if people gonna like it or not. And now it's like, fuck that. If I gotta put it out there, it's gonna live forever. You know what I mean? Now I got kids and shit. I incorporate my kids in a lot of my stuff because I know one day they gonna look at that shit and they gonna have the biggest smile on their face. Like, damn. You know what I mean? So it's like me and my best light, they gonna be able to watch it one day and things of that nature. So I'm with you on like, don't let it die with you. So many people go through that. It's like you're gonna die and you're never gonna get to experience certain feelings we get every day.
Right. Like, think about all the homies we know that are currently secrets. They have all of these skills, man. They like, nah, bro, if I do this, nobody gonna like it. If that's from videography to photography to rhyming to writing to whatever, and they never do it. And then by the time they turn 70, they got an attitude with us. Like, bro, why didn't you tell me? Like, we tried to tell you, right? But like, don't get mad at us. That's why I said, man, we raising a bunch of brittle ass people. Everybody's scared to succeed. Everybody's scared to fail. And the fact of the matter is, when we all pass away, at most, it'll be a couple thousand people at the funeral. When it's billions in the world, no one cares. So you might as well do what you want to do the best you can, because the fact of the matter is, when it's time to go, it's time to go. So leave something of value behind so that when people see Joe, AP, Hunter, me, they can say, and like I said, when it's all said and done for me, at no point will anybody ever be able to say he didn't try. That's it. It's a very simple plan to me, man, to say, put in effort, bro. It doesn't have to be hard work. Put in effort. Because the fact of the matter is, most people aren't going to put in effort. The walk-on way teaches you to put in effort enough so that everybody else can be okay. What you think about Divergent Thought? My job on Divergent Thought is to make sure I'm good so that y'all can be good. The walk-on way permeates every part of my existence. I do what I can in the community service space, because if I do my part, the people in the charitable organizations can do their part. It's simple. Right, it's just not that hard to me, but people make life harder than what it is because it seems like it's supposed to be. Because school takes away the not just school, life takes away the creative capacity of people, and it puts you into this robotic, formulaic mindset, and that's how it ends up being, man. And I think, you know, that's why I love talking to y'all, man, because we can break that cycle, man. We can break the myth. We can show people, not just, you know, young black dudes. It's everybody. It's everybody. We can show them how. We can at least show them, give them enough reason to try.
Yeah, we gonna
do
it.
What I mean?
Shit, I'm showing a different motherfucker every day, nigga. I was the only nigga in the Lamar's class today, nigga. The only nigga. They looked at me. They was shocked. They was like, oh, hey.
Surprising.
Yeah, they thought they was gonna see a single mom in that motherfucker. Nah, nigga. Yeah. But that's what's up, CT, man. So go ahead and tell the book name one more time so those people can see it.
So I appreciate y'all bringing me on to Krown360. The book is called Best Kept Secrets, From Invisible Walk-Ons to Life Champions. You can find it everywhere books are sold, from, you know, Apple to Amazon to Barnes & Noble to wherever, right? Books A Million. You know, it's currently, and it has been for a while now, #1 new release on Amazon. So that's pretty cool.
Shout out to that, man.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that, man. And it's, so, you know, we'll be going on a domestic and hopefully international book tour here soon. We have dates booked from, you know, September, October, November, December, like all the way through until, you know, the next several months. So I'm hoping that, you know, God allows the opportunity for the story to impact more than just a couple people, right?
My
Because
man.
I think it does offer value. So yeah, best kept secrets from invisible walk-ons to life champions. Appreciate y'all, fellas.
No
Ain't
question.
no doubt, bro. You know we had to have
Absolutely.
you on
It's
here to
beautiful,
promote
man.
that blessings you gave to the world. And I'm gonna support that joint as soon as I get to the crib, bro. For real.
It's $2.99 too for Kindle. Cop that.
Yeah, that's,
Ain't nobody tripping on that.
that's a rather easy download right there.
Yeah, $2.99. You can't beat that.
Hey, so what's good with y'all, man? What y'all think about that So DMV shit, man?
Oh man.
So Brooklyn.
So Brooklyn, my bad. I done made it So DMV.
Right.
Yeah, what y'all know? What y'all think about that So Brooklyn challenge? Because AP was getting a little upset.
Well, I always like to start off with the positive. Casanova, shout out to him.
Okay.
For giving up and coming niggas a chance to, I know it probably started off, he just wanted to promote his shit. But what he ended up doing, when you got 1 million plus followers and you just posting rhymers from all over the world that people probably never heard of, you giving them an opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, you either dope or you not. So shout out to him. But shout out to my man Sonny Hoffa who put us on to it.
Yeah,
You know
no
what I'm saying?
bullshit. He definitely put us
he
on to
killed
it.
it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just disappointed because, I went from, okay, all right, maybe I can get mine posted to, why in the fuck would he post me? You know what I'm saying? He probably don't know where the fuck Oxon Hill is. He may not know where Maryland is.
Right.
When you look up this way, you look at DC, and then they put the DMV with it. But I'm like, damn, even the top guys, they didn't do it.
Right.
So there was nobody there to say, okay, I dropped 5, now go check my man out. You know what I'm saying? Or go check this out. There was nobody there. Nobody did it from our area to bring light to this area for him to look this way.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like you kept seeing Philly niggas. You kept seeing so Philly, so New York, so Chicago,
Jersey.
so Jersey, so California, because they had top dogs who was able to say, okay, imagine Meek Mill hitting them in the inbox, like, check out my little homie, you know what I mean? He got 5, you know what I mean? It was nobody here to do that, and it just made me say, like, damn.
So you
No,
was kind
there
of.
was people here, they just didn't do it.
I about to say,
That's what I'm saying.
you was kind of expecting Wale or
Shaq Lizzy, Q the Fool. I can go on for days. I don't feel like all them little, not all them little niggas, no disrespect, but all them niggas I send to y'all in the group chat.
Yeah.
And I say, Zan Man didn't do it 16.
He wouldn't have been on beat though.
It does not matter.
All right,
You as a responsibility, you have that. You are now responsible for this area. We just was debating about a top 50 DMV rappers. How many of them niggas did one? That you know of that was on that list. Let's go down the list.
Yeah, you said something like
So
that.
why the fuck do we gotta talk? Excuse me, with the book. Okay, yeah, let's get busy. Why are we talking about the top 50 greatest of all times and you niggas couldn't even drop a 16? You couldn't drop one little funky ass 16? One?
That's
and you
how you
motherfuckers
feel.
telling me, yeah, y'all the top 50 greatest of all time, and niggas comment saying I'm better than all these. Where your verse at?
Yeah.
I don't care if it suck. I
What's
don't
the
care.
member that called out Wale?
I can't think of his name.
The battle rap nigga that you.
Where your verse at? And I'm not. Maybe he has a verse. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I've been checking. And I'm like, where y'all at? Y'all are the top dogs. Fat Trail locked up. Free that man. He couldn't drop one. I seen I Am Northeast. Shout out to him.
Northeast did his thing.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Joe Moff. I seen his.
Shout out.
Shout out Sonny Hoffa for talking that big boy talk. I seen Long Sleeve Steve with one. I seen Mike D'Angelo with one. I did one. I seen
About the joint you did in your car.
I seen my man Nomad, Sellers the Nomad. I hope I'm saying your name right, handsome. I seen him with one. We talking about 8-9 niggas, locally.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
I ain't see no big name niggas do one, and that kind of fucks me up.
You
'cause
saying
it's like,
something. You saying something.
you can't be running around here saying you this and that, and you turning your nose up at niggas, and when this was the world challenge. Niggas was challenging each other across the world.
Yeah.
Sending them joints in.
But was it a challenge though? Like, was it a real challenge or was niggas just
It
promoting?
was, though.
It was a
So
challenge.
It was a
Brooklyn
real
song.
challenge.
That was
Like-
a challenge for rappers.
It was. You can see the energy in that shit if you really paid attention.
And he
to
made
it.
it easy for you. Here's the beat. Talk about where you from.
Yeah.
He didn't even make it. He
Yeah.
just made
The
it real
easiest
simple for
challenge
you. Here's a beat. Talk about where you from.
I saw niggas that was rapping on that beat, but not rapping about where they was from though. And that shit was that was pissing me off. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
facts.
fuck are you? The
And
nigga said rap about where you from.
There's
Not
several
don't just.
people that dropped the ball. Several people that.
Dog,
dropped the ball.
that
But
was
the
upsetting.
effort, to me, honestly, like I was saying in the group chat before, this afternoon, evening, like to me, it was like the stamp on things. Like this area isn't a hip hop hotbed. It's not a hip hop town.
But it is though.
It
It's
ain't.
just I'm gonna tell you why it is though. It's not for the because it's 100%. It's 90% artists and 10% businessmen in this area.
And 100% consumer.
Okay, that's it.
Everybody here will support rap from everywhere else.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is
From
a
everywhere
fact.
else.
And
Northwest.
if they'll support it from
Southeast.
everywhere else, they'll support it here.
But no, who? Okay, let me
That's
ask
the
you.
funny part
I'm
about
ask y'all
people
one
from here.
question. I'm gonna ask y'all one question. Who's directing that audience consistently to a venue to build that audience consistently?
Well, we about to do it
They're about to
September
say that's
20th.
Facts.
That's what we doing,
September
man.
20th. That's when
Facts.
we build our platform. But I just think this speaks to the culture in itself here.
But,
You feel
but,
me?
but hold up. But this is what I'm saying.
That's what it is.
All the rappers that we know or seen or heard of, bro.
Yeah.
You can't say that this ain't a hip hop area.
Listen, if Wale not gonna do it, he has to post the nigga who did it.
So
That's his
big name-
responsibility.
From a town comparison standpoint, like if
I
you
see
look
what
at
you saying.
if you look at Philly,
It's his responsibility. He's at the top of that food chain.
I see, but niggas ain't thinking like that, bro.
Right, so
That's
they-
what angers me.
Okay, I'm with
I
you.
feel where you
I'm with you
coming
on that.
from. I feel where you
So
coming from.
nobody
Yeah.
co-signed what y'all was doing.
Not
Nobody,
even
big
y'all.
names.
This is not a
He
personal.
talking about
thing.
nobody got co-signed.
Niggas didn't get
Period.
involved. Niggas didn't get
Period. That
involved.
was
Yeah.
not the closest they got to posting the nigga from here. They posted a guy from Baltimore. I posted the John. I thought
Right.
it was dope because he was speaking some real shit.
Oh, you talking about the Bama that did the acting joint?
Yeah,
like,
man,
like
when he
shit
ran
was
out
mean.
the end.
Yeah, that
the
joint
shit was
that joint
fire, but that's the
fire.
closest they got to the DMV.
Yeah.
And everybody know, no disrespect to Baltimore. I love Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I love Baltimore, but Baltimore ain't the DMV, my nigga. Like, that's not.
It's arguable.
It's arguable.
It's arguable.
Argue with me then. You know what I'm saying?
I said it's arguable.
Well, for me, where I grew
I
up
got
at,
you, I got you.
it's far. Baltimore and us, we're two different kind of cultures.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's a fact.
That's what I mean. It's not to say the Baltimore culture is bad or anyone is worse. I'm saying that Baltimore ain't PG County.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's just a fact.
They would say that too.
They would say the same thing. So this is not a diss to Baltimore. So what I'm saying is PG County, everywhere in DC, all over Virginia. I'm seeing niggas rapping from Dumfries and this place, that place.
Yeah.
There was nobody to say, hey, we over here, fuck with us. This nigga's hot. It didn't have to be me. It didn't have to be you. It didn't have to be him. It could have been anybody.
Especially considering everybody from here raps now.
But see, I felt like when he created that hashtag, and even when he put that video out, that when he was challenging people, I felt like the only person that was going to benefit from this
He was
shit
good.
was Casanova.
That's not
he
true,
did.
though.
I always felt like
That's
that.
not true though, because if he posted you and you gained 5,000 followers of people who now came flooded to you because they know
He
you
put a
can
lot
rap,
of niggas on.
he helped you.
Did you see the joint where he posted the stat?
Yes.
He said like ever since he started that joint, it was like, was it 65 million?
65 million hits,
Hits.
impressions on his joint.
On his- based on that-
Of
on that
course,
tag.
it helped him.
Damn.
But of course,
That wasn't him. He didn't make one. He made the video, but everything he was posting was other people.
Yeah. Damn.
So you
Everything
can't
was supposed
say
was
it
other
was just for him. Like, I mean, he gave out more views than his video probably got right now. I watched his video today, him and Fabulous. It was like at 241K. Let's say it's at
You could give it a million.
500,000.
Right.
We can give it a million. If we go back and look at everybody he posted and add them views up, I guarantee you it was more than what his video did.
That's what them,
And
them
like you
hits were.
said, he don't have to do it.
Right.
Celebrities
But you know what was,
get rich off attention just to not pay you none when they get it. He don't
True
have
shit.
to pay none of these guys attention.
you know what was funny? Because I once we really got into it and everybody started posting it and we sharing it, I went back to his page to go to like the original post, and he was talked about he created it to bring unity for Brooklyn rappers. And you see how other areas use, like Philly niggas be rapping their ass off, and whenever it's a challenge for rap,
Yeah.
them niggas are gonna rap. The people that you seen from that was rapping from Philly was round the way niggas
Yeah.
that can go with anybody.
Not all of them, but all of them.
Some of them
just-
was, some of them wasn't. Some of them had names.
But that was the beautiful thing in it for, an
They
area.
jumped to the challenge off the break.
This area makes you feel like, all right, you got to do what that person doing. You got to sound like him. And look at what Gunna doing.
Yeah.
Look at what Gunna. And I be trying to tell niggas like, nigga, I have no clue what Gunna's doing today. Like, Gunna probably off perks.
Yeah,
Lean.
yeah.
They got a whole different lingo. How do you expect me to sound like Gunna? Man?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I say Mo Mo and
Yeah.
Holmes and you know what I'm saying? Like, so when I'm seeing Philly niggas just bars, it was like so refreshing. You feel me? When I woke up Saturday morning, I seen Sonny Hoffa scrolling down my timeline talking big boy talk with a black hoodie and a skull cap on.
Yeah, that's how
like
he
an
felt.
hour later, I seen Joe in the kitchen looking like he was, man, yeah. I was like, I gotta get up. I got something to do today. I gotta go be a creative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean?
It's that simple. It's that
It
simple.
was refreshing, you know what I mean? And it was like, then I started to wonder, where's everybody at?
You see, it's a different level of pride in different areas when it comes to representing yourself rap-wise.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's cool. Like, I'm glad that it happened the way it happened because I don't really want to, I think we keep giving too much credit to the DC area, the DMV, and when it comes to hip-hop. Motherfuckers ain't supporting and showing love and really investing in the culture. That's cool. That's fine. Just move past them. Stop expecting people that's not showing love to show love.
That's a fact.
To support, to show support.
yeah, no question.
To be active. Like all these niggas claim they rapping. That was your opportunity to spit bars. We know a lot of y'all niggas can't rap. It's cool. It's a fad. Everybody can rap now. It's fine. Let's just move past them and keep building the culture because if we get hung up on the expectations that lead to disappointments, it's always going to be there. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really clicked for me is like, that's why I said we're bigger than this town. We're going to establish what we established here, but we're going to move around. Everybody here is not about trying to really establish a real hip-hop scene in the DMV. Now, again, that's why I said we're 100% consumers. Niggas here listen to rap all day. It just ain't going to be from niggas around the way. It is what it is. It's just unfortunate.
Well, we out here going to change the culture. We got a show next week.
Absolutely.
Next Friday.
9:20. Oh, right on time. And talk about the culture.
So we ain't gonna talk about what the community hasn't been doing. We gonna talk about what the community will do. They gonna show up for us on
Absolutely.
September 20th, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. We gonna throw a mean show.
Smith Public Trust.
Smith Public Trust. You know what I'm saying? Yours truly, AP Fresh. We're going to be performing even more acts. We got Reem, we got Sinclair, we got Goddamn Fool, so many Taylor, Pat.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Got some guys there.
Hey, even more. You know what I mean?
And Krown360 will be hosting, man. You're going to get a very different interactive hosting experience for this.
Elite
vibe.
Yeah, and we're gonna be podding and hosting and performing. There's gonna be a whole rack of shit going on.
Oh, yeah.
So pull up. Act like you know it. Like I say, we changing the culture. We all about having fun, man. We showing love. We ain't nobody coming in being antisocial. Ain't nobody coming in be on the wall. We be all shook. Nah, everybody in that joint letting their head down. You know what I'm saying? Even the ones that's losing it. You know what I'm saying?
And look, if all you DMV rappers were scared to do the So Brooklyn Challenge, it's cool.
Yeah.
Y'all can come show us love. It's fine.
I don't even know. I don't want to say they was
I'm just
scared.
talking shit.
If it wasn't on your radar,
no, you niggas was bullshit.
it should be on your radar. If you got a little time, come on, man.
Yeah, I was on the ground. Y'all
bruh.
seen that shit. Y'all niggas was scared.
Nah, come on, man. I believe in y'all, man. Hey,
Just talking about challenging each other.
This nigga say I
hey,
believe
listen,
ya.
man. Y'all, come on, man. Zan, man.
Yeah.
Glizzy,
Yeah.
give me a 16, bro.
Look, man. On that note, we about it. We running out of time. Y'all got any last words y'all want to say, man?
No, it is what it is. We less than 10 days away, man. So, we going up next week. I mean, next Friday. Not this Friday, next Friday. But one thing I do want to say is I'm feeling such a great momentum with what we're doing that I'm just excited for how we're going to continue to lay the foundation to build and be, what a lot of the things that we're mentioning now and like being the changes that we think we need in our area in regards to hip hop and creativity and business and entrepreneurship and all that stuff. It's good to be a part of the things you want to see happen. Because you can at least say you tried. You can at least say you put some effort in. So can't nobody take that away from you.
Facts.
So I appreciate all y'all for that, man.
Hey, man, that's what's up, man. All right, ACT. Hey, appreciate you for coming. You know what I'm saying?
Go get that book.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Go download that book, man. Get your motivational on. You know what I mean? And we holler at y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Easy.
Out of this matrix assimilation into a spaceship of Anunnaki information. Alternate dimensions and limitations, or awakened spiritual elevation. There's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. If it ain't then what they lie to me for, man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Felt with credit, your apologies core. Man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Lost hope, show me how to restore. I said it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. To get ahead, I need lobotomy, sure. Man, it's gotta be more. The view is vital, I'm suicidal for new arrivals. Capitalism meets religion, I'm finna sue the Bible. True disciple of a loser cycle. Salute the spiteful, hashtag me too. Another accuser stifles. Maneuver titles, computer rivals with name tags. Speaking with inner envy, same combo that Dame had. Menace to society, show you how to be Kane's dad. This pain's path, your brain splits will remain scarce. It changed fast, go from saint staff to stank ass. Nasir to Namir, rubbing off the paint clash. No restraint grasp, bank account is a dank stash. Humans affordable, I can't laugh, must be rank last. Under God's favor, stuck in hard labor. Star Wars, Joe Budden, TIE Fighter, Darth Vader, nigga. Seeing ghosts from a Tommy decor, even my love got a violent rapport. Lord, there's gotta be more. Out of this matrix assimilation into a spaceship of Anunnaki information. Alternate dimensions and limitations, or awakened spiritual elevation. There's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. If it ain't then what they lie to me for, man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Felt with credit, your apologies core. Man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Lost hope, show me how to restore. I said it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. To get ahead, I need lobotomy, sure. Man, it's gotta be more. Shit, it's gotta be, man. So leave y'all limitations on where I'm headed. Yo, my baby. It's gotta be more than this. Even though nobody knows nothing. Velcro to a hellhole, the frail soul of a shell toe. Searching for lights, equalizer oven, Denzel roll. Athletic, anesthetic, bullets, no well throw. Black Pharaoh, Jack Sparrow, dead man's tail show. Firearm on me, you can tell by the elbow. Can't call it for you, I ball it, even the scales broke. Hard as jail soap, my days gotten behave rotten. I'm gauge cocking, prehistoric hustle, this cave rocking. For wage options, cause slave options beat them 9 to 5. Guess in my casket, boss a sign aside. I'm behind the guise of the unaffected. Amongst the wretched, ain't no sun detected. Crash at the slums, you become the wreckage. Come corrected or refund your message with your tongue connected. Cross protected, hands on loafing, man, I got thumbs collected. One objective, to my body detoured to survive. To my demise, I surmise, man, it gotta be more. Out of this matrix assimilation into a spaceship of Anunnaki information. Alternate dimensions and limitations, or awakened spiritual elevation. There's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. If it ain't then what they lie to me for, man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Felt with credit, your apologies core. Man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Lost hope, show me how to restore. I said it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. To get ahead, I need lobotomy, sure. Man, it's gotta be more. The view is vital, I'm suicidal for new arrivals. Capitalism meets religion, I'm finna sue the Bible. True disciple of a loser cycle. Salute the spiteful, hashtag me too. Another accuser stifles. Maneuver titles, computer rivals with name tags. Speaking with inner envy, same combo that Dame had. Menace to society, show you how to be Kane's dad. This pain's path, your brain splits will remain scarce. It changed fast, go from saint staff to stank ass. Nasir to Namir, rubbing off the paint clash. No restraint grasp, bank account is a dank stash. Humans affordable, I can't laugh, must be rank last. Under God's favor, stuck in hard labor. Star Wars, Joe Budden, TIE Fighter, Darth Vader, nigga. Seeing ghosts from a Tommy decor, even my love got a violent rapport. Lord, there's gotta be more. Out of this matrix assimilation into a spaceship of Anunnaki information. Alternate dimensions and limitations, or awakened spiritual elevation. There's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. If it ain't then what they lie to me for, man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Felt with credit, your apologies core. Man, it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. Lost hope, show me how to restore. I said it's gotta be more. It's gotta be more. To get ahead, I need lobotomy, sure. Man, it's gotta be more. Shit, it's gotta be, man.
So leave y'all limitations off where I'm headed.